The war in Goma is costing us dearly. My name is Ken, and I say hi to you all. First, I send my greetings and my condolences to all those who are suffering in the war, and I believe that it's really unfair to them, and they shouldn't be facing what they are facing right now. On 27th, we had an official communication from the M23 who attacked Goma, capital city in North Kivu. So these guys are being supported by one country, which is being led by Mr. Kagame, who is the president. Okay, the gentleman we must give him flowers. He's a good president. He has shown the African leaders that change can be created. We can see development. However, I'm seeing that over the years, we have seen a trend of opening up unnecessary collisions between different countries. Some time back, he had a disagreement over certain issues between Uganda and Rwanda, and they ended up closing the border for a number of years. I think it was around 2 or plus years. And now, because of a conflict that has been going on in Congo for a number of years, which goes way back, the guy decided to support a section of M23 to go and attack Congo. So this guy, I don't know why these people, the politicians, always feel that for them to have a point put across and heard, they need to initiate wars, they need to fund wars, they need to see that people die. Because when you look at people who have died in this war, just because someone somewhere feels they should prove a point, it's by them initiating wars, facilitating them, funding them, providing them with all the necessary equipment they need, not to keep peace, but to kill and conquer and capture as much land as they can, because they want control, because they want, like, they are trying to expose their greediness. These guys are too greedy for everything. But they don't put into consideration that we have got a number of people who are caught up in this mess. Innocent civilians, they are dying. Many people are getting displaced. People are leaving their homes. How many properties have been lost? But we don't want to listen to these cries. I think everyone should be condemning this war. This is unjustified war. This guy, just because he wants to prove a point, he went and he facilitated the M23. And on top of that, he's busy denying the involvement. I have just read a communication that he had some conversation between him and the president of South Africa and some other president. And he was clarifying about the lies and the distortion of information that has been given out. But we all know what is going on in Congo. We know these people have not seen peace for a long period of time. Since 1990, these guys are in war, an endless conflict. And instead of helping to sort out issues, instead of saying, let us come together and make sure that this place gets peace, we see that they are just initiating the wars. This is why I don't like the way how politicians do their things. Sometimes they come and they put on this nice suit, they put on this nice face, they smile, they laugh. But at the end of the day, they are the ones who are making these decisions. Just imagine this guy sat in a very nice room with AC on, probably with a cup of tea or a glass of water, and with a stroke of a pen, he ordered the army to go in and support these guys. Anyway, there are allegations, but still, where there is smoke, we expect to have fire behind it. So I strongly believe that it is wrong for us to see that our brothers and sisters in Congo, they are suffering at the hands of our own brothers. These are our children. Why should someone send our soldiers to the war, to the battlefield, to start massacring, killing innocent civilians? For me, I have a belief that if these guys want to really show off power, let us get them a room. You get Mr. Kagame here and the other president here, they start fighting. And we spare the lives of innocent people. People are displaced. They can't have any life establishment. Because the moment they establish something, the work starts. When these guys come in, they commit crimes against humanity. They rape women. They use child soldiers. Why? Because some leaders, they want to show off power. Because they feel they rule. And we are just sitting around and allowing these politicians do what they want to do. We should condemn this. People who are losing lives, these are not their children. Their children are being guarded. Their children are being protected by military wares. They should, if they want to fight, let them send their own children. Because it is not justifiable for us to see our people lose their lives at the hands of very few people who are just proud, who just want to prove a point. So sometimes I feel like we are not really doing what we are supposed to do. We shouldn't let leaders get away with the crimes they commit against human nature. Whether it is the president of Congo, whether it is the president of Rwanda, whether it is the president of Uganda, these guys should be held accountable for their decisions. These are our brothers and sisters. We have so many refugees in Uganda who are fleeing the violence in Congo. I remember before 1994, when President Kagame took over the country of Rwanda, we had so many refugees in Uganda. And they were running away from Rwanda because it was not stable. And because you got this country, you have transformed it into an amazing country. Everyone admires it. We see that we are not only destabilizing other countries. And my question to all political leaders is, where do they get the vibe? Where do they get the energy, the thoughts to think that by destabilizing other countries is when they achieve their goals? It's not the first time we have seen this. It has happened on the continent of Africa, and I think we need to change it. We need to change the mentality towards our fellow Africans. I remember some time back, the same president, he said that he is of a view. Why should African leaders, when they have problems, they need to first go over to a different continent, probably Europe, for them to have a discussion on how to solve their problems. But at the same time, this is a guy who is funding M23. What is their goal? What is their motive behind this? You want peace or you want war? If you want war, go and fight your own wars. Why do you have to involve innocent civilians? So I think we all need to get up. We all need to condemn the violence that is being continued to fund. People have been funding it. People have been benefiting from it. For whatever reason that is being given, we should condemn the violence that leaders initiate. We should stop seeing people lose their lives. We should see how people engage themselves, how people live their lives. We should be able to help these people get up. Not just, they love talking. They love talking. Then you come and you say nice things. You want to prove that you are the right one. If you have your differences with the president, solve them with your president. Solve them. You are leaders at that level. Why should the wananchi? Why should the common man? Why should that poor woman in the village? Why should that poor girl who has nothing, who doesn't even know how to read and write, that poor boy who is there walking, why should that person pay the price for your own differences? If you have a problem, solve it as leaders. You solve it from that level. Do not involve the slaughter of the innocent civilians. People are innocent. People don't know your political differences. They don't understand your ideologies. Most of the common men, what they want is something to eat. Have they eaten? Have they slept? Maybe those who can afford school, have their children gone to school? That's all they want. They are not asking for much. Some of these people have been forgotten for a long period of time. But then when you go to meet them, what do you take to them? Death. Every time they see the army, they just have to run away. Every time you see a gun, you just know life is going to be lost. Just imagine someone attacking a city and slaughtering, killing innocent civilians. And I haven't heard many leaders talking about it. I haven't heard many leaders condemning, maybe except the president of Kenya, who came and made a very strong statement. Most of other leaders, what are they doing? They are keeping quiet. Is it because they benefit? Is it because they are not seeing what is happening? We are failing our own brothers and sisters. We are failing. And can you imagine, these are the same guys who are under the same umbrella of East African community. You are committing crimes against our own brothers and sisters. It is wrong for any country to attack another country. We don't have any reason why we should be killing each other. There is no reason, and I don't think we should ever have any reason to resort to violence. If these leaders want to fight, let them get a room, get a ring, and fight. We should be promoting peace at all times. That's our continent. Wherever you go, we should always embrace peace. We should always love each other. You want to be loved, you are killing other people. I think we should condemn the violence that is being initiated by leaders. Leaders shouldn't have a blank check to have other people killed. We shouldn't allow that. May God be with you.